Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Respected all, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I welcome you all on behalf of Ilmo Irfan Institute. The mission of our institute is as follows. According to our research, life is equals to 15% technical skills plus 85% human engagement. Therefore, at Ilmo Irfan Institute, our aim is learn to achieve excellence in any technical skill by following the best learning methodology, that is, do it yourself, and practicing the three main pillars of human engineering, that are truth, honesty, and justice. To achieve excellence in both technical skills and human engineering, Ilmo Irfan offers a course which is titled as Popular IDEs for C Programming Language in Windows Operating System. It is lecture 15 of this course, Basics of CodeLite, and I am your instructor, Saman Khan. Let's start with lecture outline. Inshallah, in this lecture, first I will present quick recap. After that, I will present basics of CodeLite. Let's start with quick recap. In previous lecture, I presented a step-by-step process to run your first C program using Dev C++. Recall that real-world problem of this course is to understand main features and learn to download, install, and run C program on 5 popular IDEs for C programming language. And proposed solution is learn to use 5 popular IDEs for C programming language, including Visual Studio, CodeBlocks, Dev C++, CodeLite, and C-Line. Alhamdulillah, work done so far is learn to use Visual Studio, learn to use CodeBlocks, and learn to use Dev C++. And work to be done is learn to use CodeLite and learn to use C-Line. Focus of this lecture is to understand basic of CodeLite. Now I will discuss second part of this lecture, that is basics of CodeLite. CodeLite is defined as follows. CodeLite is an open source, free, cross-platform IDE specialized in C, C++, Rust, Python, PHP, and JavaScript, mainly for backend developers using Node.js programming languages, which runs best on all major platforms, that are OS X, Windows, and Linux. The main purpose of CodeLite is to provide open source and free cross-platform for programmers and developers. An important question is, why should we learn CodeLite? The possible answer to this question is, number one, with CodeLite, you can develop web applications using any programming language of your choice. Number two, CodeLite is free and open source. Number three, CodeLite is easy to use and user-friendly. Number four, CodeLite is a great IDE for editing, compiling, and debugging, especially for C, C++ code. Number 5, CodeLite supports multiple programming languages. Number 6, CodeLite features project management, code completion, code refactoring, source browsing, syntax highlighting, and a source code editor. And lastly, CodeLite provides cross-platform support, that is, it can run identically on Windows, Linux, and Mac operating systems. Inshallah, in next slides, I will present main features and system requirements of CodeBlocks. The 5 main features of CodeBlocks are as follows. Number 1, source code. You can write, refactor, and alternate your code in any programming language fast. Number 2, API security. API security of CodeLite helps you to determine whether automated browsers are being used or not. Number 3. Interactive debugger. You can debug your code to locate and fix your mistakes. Next feature is C-scope integration. CodeLite allows you to search source code of programming language C with some support of C++ and Java. Last feature is unit testing. You can test individual modes of your code. System requirements for CodeLite is as follows. For Windows, Intel or AMD dual core processor of 3 GHz, Windows 7 or later, RAM of 1 GB, 1 GB hard disk space are required. And for Mac operating system, Intel or Apple Silicon CPU, Mac operating system X 10.15 Catalina or later, file size 32.22 MB are required. For Linux or Unix, OpenGL 3.3 compatible CPU and X Windows system or Wayland are required. To do and your turn task. The to-do task for this part of lecture is write down one or more features of CodeLite which are not mentioned in this lecture. Your turn task is consider the mono-developed IDE for C programming language and write down its definition, importance, purpose, main features, and system requirements. After discussing the basics of CodeLite, now let's move to lecture of the summary. To summarize, in this lecture, I presented basics of CodeLite. In next lecture, inshallah, I will present a simple and step-by-step process to download CodeLite for Windows operating system. Father of Imam Shah Waliullah Dehlavi, Honorable Shah Abdul Rahim Nurul Murkada said, all that we have received, either the rewards of this world or hereafter, are the outcome of the blessings of Durood-e-Pak. May Allah give us the strength to recite Durood Sharif abundantly. Ameen. We shall be thankful to you if you may please provide your valuable feedback on this lecture. Jazakumullahu khair. May Allah bless all of us with His afiyat and karam. Ameen. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.